Okay, Shalom, Shalom. This is Marakat, Bani Howard, Bani Yasarala, Camp 4, Officer of a Million. No, I'm joking with y'all, man. All right, this is the Shabbat services. I posted what we're going to be going through today. We're going to be going in the book of Numbers, like we always been, Numbers chapter 16, verse 1. And we're going to end up at chapter 18. We're going to end up at chapter 18, verse 32. And then we'll go to the prophets and read First Samuel. All right, chapter 11, starting at verse 14. And we're going to end off at chapter 12, verse 22. And then we'll go to the gospel and we're going to read John chapter 19, verse 1 through 17. Okay. Before I go, I want to start off with some news, which I would like to try to do this more often. just to keep my watch and y'all know the things that are going on. So there's a lot going on in Wisconsin, right? So what they're doing now, you got a lot of monuments being knocked down and being pulled down, mostly by Black Lives Matter activists. Just to let y'all know, I don't support Black Lives Matter. I really don't, and I never will. It's mostly a bunch of lesbians hyped up on pride out there. But anywho, what's happening is hundreds of National Guard troops are activated in D.C. and in Wisconsin to protect monuments. So hey, I don't give a dang on what you're talking about when it comes to these monuments. I don't care. I don't put too much of attention into it, and I don't try to pay attention to it. But I'm gonna watch and let you know. All right. This movement is not pushed by black men. This movement is pushed by lesbians, backed up by George Soros. All right, he's behind this movement. He is causing all these things to happen, all these uproars. The sedition that is speaking in the book of Second Ezra in the Apocrypha, chapter 15 and 16. This is sedition that is talking about, and it's moving into a fast course of what we like to call race wars. It's moving into that course. Okay. All right. Let me move to my next. You got the massive dust storm that's about to come through, which it already hit. In Miami already. It's hitting a lot of places. It's going to be over here in California too. This massive dust storm is plumb set to hit many states: Cincinnati, Atlanta, Miami, Houston, and here in San Diego as well. It will hit. I spoke to some elders, and he said that it's hit a lot of other places in the United States as well. All right. Now, one thing is a lot of things are going to be postponed. I would advise everybody to go out there and get y'all some deep freezers and start putting meat in those deep freezers and getting these things done ASAP Rocky. Okay. Truck drivers warned they would not drive to cities if the police are defunded. That's crazy. But I just want to let y'all know 90% of these truck drivers are racist rednecks. And they're going to protect their racist rednecks police officers. These officers these truck drivers don't have anything to do with these officers, and these officers being gone don't make anything it doesn't change anything, because most of these truck drivers carry guns anyways. But at the same time, you can look at it from another point of view and say, yeah, with the cops out there, it will, make them a lot of secure. Because I know my dad is a truck driver. He stays in North Carolina. He's a truck driver, and if it'll all be safe for him, I'm with it. But Yahweh will. Things happen for a reason. I can't stop those things. Okay. What else? Uh, so talking about like when you mentioned things about the truck drivers not wanting the police to be defunded because they don't want to be robbed. Oh well, um, most of them are rednecks. I mean, you've been robbing America for over 400 or 500 years. Why are you worried about getting robbed, man? You know, karma's a karma's a mother. Um, so the net like when National Guards are being brought here to Wisconsin and DC, right? The fact that they're not there just because of people are tearing down monuments. It's just to make the people more comfortable with the look of National Guards around. That's what that is. It's making people comfortable, even though it's going to make a lot of people uncomfortable. But the fact that you get used to seeing them there, more are going to come in, and martial law is going to be pushed regardless of what you're talking about. So I suggest everybody get to the land, dry flat lands and out there in the country and surrounded by a bunch of people. Okay. So over a third of Americans think civil war is likely. Hey, the Bible been saying it for the past 35 years. You know what I'm saying? The 3,000 years, 3,000, over 3,000 years, the Bible has been telling you that race wars is coming. All right. We've been telling y'all since 1969 that civil war is coming. It is coming to a theater near you. It's coming, whether you like it or not. Race wars is about to happen, and I suggest you guys get in order. And it's all about order. All right. And the order is what that head says it is in your home. Wherever that head says is order, that's order. All right. Um, so, on top of a third of Americans talking about civil wars coming, now you got a lot of jobs being wiped out, and they're all pissed off. It ain't nothing like not knowing when the next meal is coming for your kids and your family. That'll piss anybody off. It really would. All right. But how many jobs have been wiped out? Over nearly 46 million have been filed for unemployment insurance. Over 46 million. So imagine that. Ain't that far worse than the Great Depression? Yeah. Hey, thank you, President Donald Trump. Yeah, so he coming here. Yeah, that's over 46 million people. You know what I'm saying? They filing for unemployment insurance. All right. Hey, I was watching this video last night. Man, let me see if I can find it. Let me get something real quick for y'all, man. I want y'all to see something. Uh, was that Facebook when dude got shot by the car? Was that Facebook or YouTube? That's Facebook. See what YouTube was. Let me see something. If I can pull this up real quick. The brother was sitting down at a car wash, right? And that right there, Sacramento, Karen. Hey, Karen got served up in the store, in the convenience store. Now that's crazy. See if I can find that video. And reason why I'm trying to find this video is because this is it just goes along with what I'm saying. Give me Matthew 24 real quick. Oh, I'm trying to find this video.
Here.
Give me because of let me see. Oh, they will wax. They will wax. Uh, for the love of many, will wax poor, or something like that.
Can you look it up?
Yeah, you can, but you're already over there for Matthew 24. I can't find this video. I don't like that. Like that. Anyways, I'm not finna spend all day trying to find this video. I wanted to show y'all. What we're gonna do is we're gonna get Shabbat services started. Um, get this cracking like it. Yeah, we're gonna get this cracking. Get these prayers going. Okay. So what we're gonna do, Amadi Ampani Ruslan, we're gonna get these prayers going. That way we can start with this lesson for today and then get to camp. All right. I'm not trying to make this be all day anyways. You know, I like to get things started. All right. All right. Did you find that precept? Because of transgressing the love of many will wax cold. But yeah, let me tell you about this a little bit because I got it on my list. So a dude was at a car wash, right? And he was sitting down and he was cleaning his rims at the car wash. He was cleaning his rims at the car wash, and dude walked up to him. He had a hood on and he was covered in a red hood. Why? So while dude was just cleaning his rims, the dude just shot him right in the head and then walked away. Same neighborhood. So we had to know it could be the same people with that. You know, I don't know. He could have had beef with the brother. I don't know. I'm not going to be presumptuous enough to tell you a different story of what happened when I don't know. But at the same time, the dude was sitting down, cleaning his rims at the car wash and got his head blown off. That's insane. Right there. You got it? It's getting to those times right now, man. And y'all gotta pay attention and keep your you know what I'm saying, keep your head to the streets and watch and pay attention no matter who you are. You still gotta pay attention. You gotta know what's going on.
Matthew 24. I got it.
Go ahead.
Matthew chapter 24 and verse 12.
Uh-huh.
And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold.
Say that again.
And because iniquity shall abound,
I mean, it's all around us. Everybody see all this hatred going on around us. They don't even actually understand what hatred is, and they don't know who. You know, I mean, I'm doing the same thing they be doing. People be doing. They got signs and stuff talking about we got to stop hate. You know what I'm saying? We got to stop racism like they're people. These, you know what I'm saying? These words and these words are not people. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a man. It's a single man. We got to stop hate. Like hate just left 7-Eleven. He walked out, got into his car, and he drove off. No, it's the people that are perpetuating this in the land. All right. So because of the white man and what he's done in the land and all the hatred and racism that he perpetuated in the land, it's abound. Now everybody hates everybody. Everybody has something against somebody now. And everybody is ready to kill everybody. That's why a third of Americans, so-called Americans, know it's going to be a civil war. Everybody's out there clipping up. Everybody's out there getting their guns together. Everybody's out there protecting themselves, getting ready to protect themselves. All right. Read that again.
Matthew chapter 24, verse 12. And
Uh-huh.
because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold.
Because of iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. You got one brother that, I was watching it, no, it wasn't. It was a brother that was on a bus, right? And he was like, yeah, man, this dude I know, he used to, we was cool. And he fixed my car. And he told me, and he called and told me, he said that I needed a jump. And he's like, well, can you jump it for me? I mean, you're at the dealership. He's like, nah, man, I got stuff to do. He's like, man, you can't jump. He's like, bro, you got to go get your own jumper cables and get a jump. I fixed your car, did what I had to do, and now it's out there waiting for you. But you're going to have to get a jump. Like you work at a mechanic shop. You can't jump the car. So dude was like, all right, cool, man. I'm gonna go get me some jumper cables and I'll find a jump. You know what I'm saying? So he goes, he said I had to go all the way home and go up there. He called a dude, and the dude was like, well, man, your car's done. It's outside waiting for you. And he was like, man, this is one of my best friends I used to hang out with all the time. And now it's like, dang, he's all changing up. And I'm just thinking, like, dang, but you know what I'm saying? You need to really check yourself and who you hang out with. You know what I'm saying? But everybody's waxed cold now. Everybody cold. Nobody's shaking hands no more because of the corona. You know what I'm saying? That distance, that social distance is one of the causes too to get everybody to like, we ain't messing with you no more. We ain't shaking hands. That white man does that. He like to shake hands. So it makes you more comfortable. And the fact that nobody's really shaking hands no more, it's not cool no more. It's like, all right, bro, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Give you some elbow, and it's like, man, yeah, if I don't shake your hand in this pandemic, we're not really cool. That's how some people see it. But I was like, dang. He said, man, your car's here. I did what I can do. It's fixed. Come and get your car jumped. I gotta go. Damn. That was cold. So all right, Mariam towards Jerusalem, we're gonna get these prayers in. You got the book. All right, this is the Abanawa prayer found in Matthew chapter 9, chapter 13, verse 9 through 15. And it goes Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Haya, Shimkav, Yahweh, Malakakav, Daba'ah, Ratazaka, Haya, Aisha, Baratazah, Kahaya, Bashemayim, Tanyanawa, Lakam, Kayawam, Wasalakina, Kabawakina, Kasalakina, Kabawakina, Wala'a, Dabi'ai Benasai Wam, Abo, Hawashai now, Manrai, Kaya, Lakha, Hamalakwa, Wa'ala, Watafara, Wala Alamia, Aman, Bahashim, Yahushai, Mashiach, Aman. Our Father,
Father,
which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Yahweh, thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done.
Thy will be done
Here on earth, as it is in heaven.
as it is in heaven.
Give us this day.
Give us this day
our daily bread.
our daily bread.
And forgive us.
And forgive us
our debts.
our debts
As we forgive. Our debtors. And lead us not. Into temptation. But deliver us. From evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever. Amen. By Hashem. Yahweh Shai. Mashiach. Amen. This is the Asherah, Book of Psalms. All right, blessed are they that dwell in thy house. They will still be praising thee, Selah. Happy is that people that is in such a case. Yea, happy is that people whose Alahaya is Yahweh. I will extol thee, my Alahaya, O King, and I will bless thy name forever and ever. Every day will I bless thee, and I will praise thy name forever and ever. Great is Yahweh, and greatly to be praised, and his greatness is unsearchable. One generation shall praise thy works to another, and shall declare thy mighty acts. I will speak of thy glorious honor, of thy majesty, and of thy wondrous works. So like thy majesty and thy wondrous works. And men shall speak of thy might, of thy terrible acts. And I will declare thy greatness. They shall abundantly utter the memory of thy great goodness, and shall sing of thy righteousness. Yahweh is gracious and full of compassion, slow to anger, and of great mercy. Yahweh is good to all, and his tender mercies are over all his works. All thy works shall praise thee, O Yahweh, and thy saints shall bless thee. They shall speak of the glory of thy works, and all thy works shall praise thee. O Yahweh, thy saints shall bless thee, and shall speak of thy glory of thy kingdom, and talk of thy power, to make known to the sons of men his mighty acts, and his glorious majesty of his kingdom. Thy kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and thy dominion endureth throughout all generations. Yahweh upholdeth all that fall, and raiseth up all those that be bowed down. Thy kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and thy dominion endureth throughout all generations. Yahweh upholdeth all that fall, and raiseth up all those that be bowed down. The eyes of all wait upon thee. Thou givest them their meat in due season. Thou openest the hand of thy thou openest thy hand and satisfiest the desire of every living thing. Yahweh is righteous in all his ways, holy in all his works. Yahweh is nigh unto all them that call upon him. To all that call upon him in truth, he will fulfill the desire of them that fear him. He also will hear their cry and will save them. Yahweh preserveth all them that love him, but all the wicked will he destroy. My mouth shall speak the praises of Yahweh, and let all flesh bless his holy name forever and ever. But we will bless thee, Yahweh, from this time forth and forevermore. Hallelujah.
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 Bashem. Yahweh Shai. Mashiach. Amen.
This is the first three prayers of the Amada, Abawah, Barak, Yahweh,
Alahayanawa,
Alahaya,
Batinawa,
Walahaya,
Baraham,
Alahaya,
Tazakwa,
Walahaya, Yaqua, Allah, Sharia, Allah, Ayawan, Gamal, Kasarayam, Barak, Atak, Yahweh, Magun, Baraham, Borwa, Yahweh, War, Launam, Yahweh, Makaya, Matayam, Wamaya, Dawama, Laka, Allah, Mamaya, Umakaya, Barak, Ata, Yahweh, Makaya, Matayam, the worship, Shemihaw, Yahweh, Ta, Kodaya, Washuka, Kodawash, Wakadawashim, Wakal, Yawam, Kodawasha, Shemihaw, Yahweh, Ta, Kodaya, Washuka, Kodawash, Wakadawashim, Wakal, Yawam, Allah, Salah, Barak, Atah, Yahweh, Allah, Hakadwa. Blessed are you, Yahweh, of our fathers, our Abraham, our Isaac, our Jacob, Almighty Power, Most High Power, bestows mercy. Blessed are you, Yahweh, should of Abraham, Almighty Yahweh, forever. Yahweh, who sees the dead, who is comparable to you, King of eternity, cause death, he gives life. Blessed are you, Yahweh, he gives life to the dead. You're holy Yahweh, your name is holy. Once, every day, praise you forever. Blessed are you, Yahweh, so Shem, Shah, Yahweh. This is the Yabaraka from Numbers chapter 6, verse 24 to 6. Yabaraka, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Aman. Asharak, Yahweh, Alahaika, Yakunika, Aman. Yasha'ah, Yahweh, Alahaika, Shemika. Shalom. Marka, Yasha'ah, Yahweh, Alahaika, Shemika. Shalom. Marka, Yasha'ah, Yahweh, Alahaika, Shemika. Marka, Yasha'ah, Yahweh, Alahaika, Shemika. Shalom. Marka, Yahweh, bless thee, and keep thee. How make his face and upon you, gracious to thee, among how the continents upon thee, give thee peace, among Shem, Shai, Mashiach, among. This is Dialogue, Book of Psalms, Song of Degrees. I will lift up my eyes unto the hills, from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth and forevermore. Hallelujah. 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 Ba'ashem. Yahushua. Mashiach. Aman. This is a psalm for the Shabbat day. It is good to give thanks unto Yahweh and to sing praises unto thy name, O Most High. To shew forth thy loving kindness in the morning and thy faithfulness every night upon an instrument of 10 strings and upon a psaltery, upon the harp with a solemn sound. For thou, Yahweh, has made me glad through thy works. I will triumph in the works of thy hands. Yahweh, how great are thy works, and thy thoughts are very deep. A brutish man knoweth not, neither doeth a fool understand it. When the wicked spring as the grass, and when all the workers of iniquity do flourish, it is that they shall be destroyed forever. But thou, Yahweh, art most high forevermore. For lo, thy enemies, Yahweh, for lo, thy enemies shall perish. All the workers of iniquity shall be scattered, but my horn shalt thou exalt like a horn of an unicorn. I shall be anointed with fresh oil, my eyes also shall see my desire on my enemies, and my ears shall hear the desire of the wicked that rise up against me. The righteous shall flourish like the palm tree, he shall grow like a cedar in Lebanon. Those that be planted in the house of Yahweh shall flourish in the courts of Al-Alahiyah. They shall still bring forth fruit in old age. They shall be fat and flourishing, to shew that Yahweh is upright. He is my rock, and there is no unrighteousness in him. Hallelujah. 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 Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Mashiach, All right, everybody up.
All right, Con, let's get this class cracking. Con. All right. All right, soldier, where we starting off at?
Numbers chapter 16, verse 1.
Con, go ahead and read.
This is Numbers chapter 16, verse 1. Now Korah, the son of Izhar, the son of Kahath, the son of Levi, and Dathan, and Abram, the sons of Elab, and of the son of Pilath, the sons of Reuben, took men, and they rose up before Moses with certain of the children of Israel, 250 princes of the assembly, famous in the congregation of men of renown.
Famous men. When he said men of renown, those are giants, renown. Giants mean they're well known in the earth, renown. All right, go ahead.
And they gathered themselves together against Moses and against Aaron, and said unto them, Yo, take too much upon you.
Ye take too much upon you.
Ye take too much upon you, seeing all the congregation are wholly one of them, and the Lord is among them, whether they then lift you up yourselves above the congregation of the Lord. And when Moses heard it, he fell upon his face.
Why Moses fall upon his face? What were they doing? Sedition. They were trying to overthrow. They're trying to overthrow Moses. Right? And they said it right there in verse 3. And they gathered themselves together against Moses and against Aaron and said unto them, Ye take too much upon you, seeing all the congregation are holy. All the congregation is separate. Right? They can make their own decision. You know what I'm saying? Every one of them, and the Lord is among them. Wherefore then lift ye up yourselves above the congregation of the Lord. It's an overthrow. They're trying to and Moses like, boom, flat on their face. Just it's time to pray, Lord, please don't destroy them. Because they don't know better. Our people don't know better. They think they do, but they don't. They think they do, but they don't, because they don't have the most high one. They don't know why they're being destroyed. All right. And so, when Moses heard it, he fell on his face. Why? Because that is the ultimate act of humility, is to go face down and pray for the most and pray to the Most High, especially to be in sackcloth. All right, you be in your best suit. When it's time to pray, tear it off, mess your hair up, throw dirt on you, just to show you coming to the Most High humble and with humility, that you ain't shit, and He likes it, because that's why that's why the Most High don't show Himself to you, or He'll explode, or the angels show themselves to you, because men are trying to exalt themselves. Hey, what's up, dude? Hey, man, we ain't seen you in a while. They don't want that. They want you to show some respect, and respect is bowing. All right, read.
Verse 5. Then he spake unto Korah, unto all his company, saying, Even tomorrow the Lord will shew who are his, and who is holy, and will cause him to come near unto him, even him who he hath chosen, for he calls to come near unto him. This do take you censers, Korah and all his company, and put fire therein, and put incense in them for the Lord tomorrow, And it shall be that the man whom the Lord doeth choose, ye shall be holy. Ye take too much upon you, ye sons of Levi. And Moses said unto Korah, Hear, I pray you, ye sons of Levi, seemeth it but a small thing unto you that the God of Israel hath separated you from the congregation of Israel, to bring you near unto himself, to do the service of the tabernacle of the Lord, and to stand before the congregation to minister unto them. And he has
So hold on. So what's going on? What's going on so far? Can you tell me what's going on? And Moses said unto Korah, Hear, I pray you, ye sons of Levi. So these are the Levites going up, and some of the Reuben, but these are most of the Levites, right? He says, Seemeth but a small thing unto you, that the God of Israel hath separated you from the congregation of Israel to bring you near to himself. Because he's talking about the Levites. He separated you. Supposed to be separated. He separated you. You know what I'm saying? To do this, to do the service of the tabernacle of the Lord, and to stand before the congregation to minister unto them. Like taking advantage. Like, what's wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? Go ahead. So Moses just checking. We're in verse 10. Moses just checking them right now. It's just like, come on, man. Really? Go ahead.
Verse 10. And he hath brought thee near to him, and all thy brethren, the sons of Levi, with thee, and seek ye the priesthood also, for which cause both thou and all thy company are gathered together against the Lord. And what is Aaron that ye murmur against him? And Moses sent to call Dathan and Abiram, the measure of Elah, which said, We will not come up. It is a small thing that thou hast brought us up out of the land that floweth with milk and honey, to kill us in the wilderness, except thou make thy altogether prince over us.
So Moses is mentioning in 10. He hath brought thee near to him, and all thy brethren, sons and Levi with thee, and seek ye the priesthood also. You know, and seek ye the priesthood also. It's like, what do you think Moses is saying to him? What do you think he's trying to do? What do you think he's doing, bro?
Does he say anything?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like the Most High done separated them from the whole congregation to do the service of the Most High. Like that is like the ultimate thing. I mean, that's the best job in the world to serve the Most High. You're serving an actual real God. That is the. I mean, I'm gone. I don't know about y'all. I'm stupid. You're actually serving a real God. You done seen him kill everybody and put everybody to death. Make stuff going up in the sky and air. Like everything is happening outside. It's like, all right, you don't see none of this stuff coming into play. That's why he said, watch, so you can see these things. Like you don't see everything in this Bible coming to pass and coming to play. You're seeing everything before your eyes right now. And you really want to fuck up? That's what they're doing right now. Are people doing the same thing? It's like, bro, you don't see what's going on? You're like, come on, man, you're being stupid right now. Right? Read.
Verse 14. Moreover, thou hast not brought us into a land that floweth with milk and honey, or given us inheritance of fields and vineyards. Wilt thou put out the eyes of these men? We will not come up. And Moses was very much wroth, and said unto the Lord, Respect not thou their offerings. I have not taken one ass from them, neither have I hurt one of them. And Moses said unto Korah, Be thou all thy company before the Lord, thou and they, and Aaron tomorrow, and take every man his censer, put incense in them, and bring ye before the Lord every man his censer, 250 censers, thou also and Aaron, each of you his censer. And they took every man his censer, and put fire in them, and laid incense thereof, and stood at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, and with Moses and Aaron. And Korah gathered all the congregation against him unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, and the glory of the Lord appeared unto all the congregation.
Okay, here we go.
And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron, and unto Aaron, saying, Separate yourselves from among this congregation, that I may consume them in a moment. And they fell upon their faces and said, O God, of the spirits of all flesh, shall one man sin, and wilt thou be wroth with all the congregation? And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the congregation, saying, Get you up from about the tabernacle of Korah, Dathan, and Abiram. And Moses rose up and went unto Dathan and Abiram, and the elders of Israel followed. And he spake unto the congregation, saying, Depart, I pray you, from the tents of these wicked men, and touch nothing of theirs, lest ye be consumed in all the nations.
So what is Moses saying? Right,
Moses is telling them to get away from them because the Most High is about to consume them, and don't touch any of their things.
but didn't they save a lot of other people too that was surrounding these two?
Yeah.
Because these were the main two that were just causing everybody to rise up against them. They causing the uproar. They causing everybody, and they're leading like you're leading the sheep astray. You know what I mean? It's like you two are in charge of all these sheep, and you're causing them to fall off. You can say that about a lot of people. And in truth, they got a lot of sheep following them, and they doing a lot of crazy things. And I'm not trying to point out anybody specific. I'm just saying the things that I see. They got a lot of people following them, and they're leading the sheep astray. You know. Okay, verse 22, and they fell upon their faces and said, O God, the God of the spirits of all flesh, shall one man sin, and will thou be wroth with all the congregation? Um, you would think the Most High about to kill them, because they all doing it. You know what I'm saying? Check that. I think I can check it on my phone. All right, verse 23, and the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the congregation, saying, Get you up from about the tabernacle of Korah, Dathan, and Abraham. Right? He said the tabernacle, meaning their house. So their family's gonna go with it. Because when the most high takes the husband, he takes the whole house with you. He just takes the whole house. Everybody going. Just like over when Joshua took them into the land, and it was that I forgot the one Judite. He had the cursed things. The Most High killed the whole family, cattle, kids, wife, everybody went with him. Just y'all.
No.
Brother, this is a professional congregation, my brother. You know what I'm saying? We don't just let anybody on here like that, my brother. We love you and everything, but you know, this is the Torah. You know what I'm saying? We teaching the Torah. But hey, what you can do though, brother, you can sit back and listen. And if you got any questions, we'll answer them. Okay? Much love, brother. All right, go ahead and finish the reading. What's up? Was there anything you need to change? Yo, Salakia. So, hey, let's get back to reading. Go ahead.
Okay. You want me to read it?
Mhm.
All right. Verse 27. So they gave up from the tabernacle of Korah.
Start at 25.
Verse 25. And Moses rose up and went unto Dathan and Abiram, and the elders to Israel followed him. And he spake unto the congregation, saying, Depart, I pray you, from the tents of these wicked men, and touch nothing of theirs, lest ye be consumed in all their sins. So they gave up from the tabernacle of Korah, Dathan and Abram, on every side. And Dathan and Abram came out, and stood in the door of their tents, and their wives, and their sons, and their little children. And Moses said, Hereby ye shall know that the Lord has sent me to do all these works, for I am not done them of mine own mind.
So the same thing that happened to the brother that had the accursed things, when all the family was cursed, he killed the whole family. Watch. Keep reading.
So, verse 29. If these men die the common death of all men, or if they be visited after the visitation of all men, then the Lord hath not sent me. Come. Verse 30. But if the Lord make a new thing, and the earth open her mouth, and swallow them up with all that appertain unto them, and they go down quick unto the pit, then ye shall understand that these men have provoked the Lord.
So start at verse 28 again. All right, start at verse 28, man. Let's catch this in context a little bit. All right.
28. And Moses said, Hereby ye shall know that the Lord hath sent me to do all these works, for I have not done them of mine own mind.
Mm-hmm.
If these men die the common death of all men, or if they be visited after the visitation of all men, then the Lord hath not sent me.
Okay.
But if the Lord make a new thing, and the earth open her mouth and swallow them up with all that appertain unto them, and they go down quick into the pit, then ye shall understand that these men have provoked the Lord.
So Moses is letting you know that, hey, this is not of his own mind. And if the Most High visits these men and the ground just opens up, just let you know that they have provoked the Lord. He already let you know it's not me. He just let you know who you done pissed off. That's what he's letting you know. All right, read.
And it came to pass, he had made an end of speaking all these words, and the ground clave asunder that was under them, and the earth opened her mouth and swallowed them up, and their houses, and all the men that appertained unto Korah, and all their goods.
Right there real quick. Let's go over here real quick. So their house, right? Their house got swallowed up. So this is 27. So they gathered from the tabernacle of Korah, Dathan and Abram, on every side. And Dathan and Abram came out and stood in the door of their tents, and their wives and their sons and their little children were all there. So this is just how the Most High deals. All right, where you stopped at?
Verse
31 and 32.
33. Not verse 33.
33, okay. So now you got verse 32, and it says, the earth opened their mouth and swallowed them up. Who's them? His family, the little ones, his wife, all of them, in their houses, and all the men that appertain unto Korah and all their goods. This is how the Most High deals. If the husband did a atrocious act. He sedition. He was rising up over Moses, who the Most High put there. The Most High takes the whole house. And in certain cases, he doesn't. Certain cases, he doesn't. It just depends on who's in order. He has everybody together, all of them together for a reason. He brought them he brought them out of the wilderness. He brought them into the wilderness, and he put them there for a reason, for everybody to stay in order. But his wife and them didn't do nothing. It was just a husband showing sedition, and he rose up against him. So the Most High was like, took the whole family, their whole tent, ground just caved up under him and everything. Took them all. All right. Start at 33.
Verse 33. They and all that appertained to them went down alive into the pit, and the earth closed upon them, and they perished from among the congregation. And all Israel that were round about them fled at the cry of them, for they said, "Lest the earth swallow us up also."
Everybody, hey man, get the hell, move out the way, man, because they tents and everything that started falling. You can imagine it. Everything is just being sucked down into the ground. So everybody is running, getting out of the way, crying. The cry is the scream. They crying and getting out the way. Some are actually crying, but that cry is to get the hell out the way. Move. They falling in the ground. I'm not trying to die. Right? Read.
And there came out of a fire from the Lord, and consumed the 250 men that offered an incense. The Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto Eleazar the son of Aaron the priest, and that he take up the censers out of the burning.
Start over.
Speak unto Eleazar the son of Aaron the priest, that he take up the censers out of the burning, and scatter thou the fire yonder, for they are hallowed.
For they are separated. Moses like, all right, they're separated. Now they're separated. Because all that mess they was talking about, hey, everybody's holy, everybody's separated, everybody got the Lord dealing with them. They can do it themselves. And that's what everybody's doing. Everybody's running away from the camp. Camp ain't nothing. That's a campaign. That's a camp. Everybody's together. All thousands of everybody's together. They're campaigning. They're camping right through the wilderness. And these two start going against Moses, causing sedition for everybody to rise up and separate. Most High wanted everybody together. And that's what they're doing. I like it. What about you? Yeah, I like it. That's what's up. Look like our sign. So the sedition, the slander, all those things the Most High don't like. Pissing the Most High off instead of just being there, going through the ups and downs of learning from each other and being in a tight spot, in a tight squeeze with your family and friends and learning how to come together and stuff. Because the Most High wanted everybody to be together, so they learn how to be together in the kingdom. The love, you know what I'm saying? When you go into a kingdom like that, you can't go into a kingdom hating one another. You can't do that. The Most High is just going to start plucking off the rebels. He's going to pluck them off one by one. Bing, 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 bing. He's going to start plucking them off. That's just what he's going to do. And he's doing that today. And he's going to start in-house. All right, in this next wave of COVID-19, you're going to see a lot of Israel dropping. I suggest everybody just start repenting and get their minds right in what they're going to do. All Israel talking to you. Y'all get it together, man. All right? Hey, go ahead.
Verse 38, the censors of these sinners against their own souls, let them make them.
Hey, chapter and verse, Baba Kushak.
Numbers chapter 16 and verse 38. The censors of these sinners against their own souls, let them make them broad plates for a covering of the altar, for they offered them before the Lord. Therefore they are hallowed, and they shall be a sign unto children of Israel.
So Most High likes to make examples out of people. See, watch.
And Eleazar the priest took the brassen censers wherewith they that were burnt had offered, and they were made broad plates for a covering of the altar, to be a memorial unto the children of Israel, that no stranger which is not of the seed of Aaron came near to offer incense before the Lord, and that he be not as Korah and as his company. And the Lord sent it to him by the hand of Moses. But on the morrow, all the congregation of the children of Israel murmured against Moses and against Aaron, saying, Ye have killed the people of the Lord.
Hey, hold on. See, Korah and them wanted to do the job of the Aaronites and Moses' job. They want to be able to talk to the Most High. They wanted to do their job. All right, they wanted to offer the sacrifice. They just wanted to do certain things that they wasn't supposed to be doing. That's what I was talking about. Everybody got a job to do. Do your job. You got a job to do. Do that job. All right. But now, on the morrow, in verse 41, but on the morrow, all the congregation of the children of Israel murmured against Moses and against Aaron, saying, Ye have killed the people of the Lord. But hold on, let's go up here real quick. Let's go up here real quick. Where's that at? Pass it. So, there you go. Verse 28, and Moses said, Hereby ye shall know that the Lord hath sent me to do all these works, for I have not done them of my own mind. If these men die the common death of all men, or if they be visited after the visitation of all men, then the Lord hath not sent me. So what happened? They got sucked up under the ground. But you see the faith of the people? They're blaming Moses and Aaron. They're like, man, we didn't do it. Why are they blaming Moses and Aaron? That tell you their faith already don't believe. They blaming Moses and Aaron. They think Moses and Aaron did it. Because if they had any kind of sense, like we tell everybody else, hey, we didn't put this in the book, blame God. Hey, we just reading it to you. Blame God. Why y'all coming there blaming those men? They didn't do it. They wasn't even over there. What? Y'all all got there together. What you think Moses and Aaron and them set a booby trap for the tents to be sucked inside the ground? No. They didn't even know that was going to happen. They didn't even know that they were going to be coming against them and try to rise up against them. They didn't know that. So the people just blaming them now. That's crazy. That is crazy, man. Where was that at?
He was at verse 42.
Okay, God. Yeah, verse 41. But on the morrow, all the congregation of the children of Israel murmured against Moses and against Aaron, saying, Ye have killed the people of the Lord. No, the Lord killed them people. Read. 42.
Verse 42. And it came to pass when the congregation was gathered against Moses and against Aaron, that they looked toward the tabernacle of the congregation, and behold, the cloud covered it, and the glory of the Lord appeared. And Moses and Aaron came before the tabernacle of the congregation. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Get you up from among this congregation, that I may consume them in a moment. And they fell upon their faces. And Moses said unto Aaron, Take a censer and put fire therein from off the altar, and put on incense, and go quickly unto the congregation, and make an atonement for them. For there is wrath gone out from the Lord. This plague is begun. And Aaron took as Moses commanded, and ran into the midst of the congregation. And behold, the plague was begun among the people. And he put on incense and made an atonement for the people. And it stood between the dead and living, and the plague was stayed. And they that died in the plague were 14,700, beside them that died about the matter of Korah. And Aaron returned unto Moses unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, and the plague was stayed.
So now you can see what's about to happen. What's that plague? The next wave of corona. I'm just speaking the truth. Most High gonna start touching Israelites with that now. I haven't heard of any Israelites, in the truth, dying of the coronavirus and anything else. But hey, Israel's crazy right now. Everybody hating camps. Like, what in the hell you hating camps for? If it wasn't for the camps, none of you would have this truth. And people be like, well, I didn't get this from a camp. I got this from these people over here. Who the hell you think they got it from? Doesn't make any sense, man. Everybody's against the camp, man. Everybody's against the camp, Hey. And call Asherah the Bar Yahweh, not Shai, not Shemai. Or they Yahweh said what we doing here. Um, all right. So now you had an uprising of sedition against Moses and Aaron. You know, the Levites wanted their spot. I mean, Moses and Aaron and them, they're Levites as well. But the name separated, like the sons of Aaron, they're Levites, but they have a different job. Moses is a Levite, but he has a different job. But we call the other Levites Levites. They're not the son of Aaron. They're not Moses. All right, they're just the Levites, plain Levites. They got their own name that they've been given, but they're the Levites. They do a different job. They're not Aaronites. They're not the son of Aaron. All right, they all got different jobs. All right, so they was trying to rise up above Moses and Aaron, and the Most High doesn't like sedition. He does not like sedition. He does not like us rising up against our own people that are in power. You're supposed to do it a specific way and do it in order the way he wants you to do it. You can't rise up against them in power. You can't come cursing at them. You can't jump out of order. The Most High hates that when you get out of order. That's why he came with rise up. If your spirit of the ruler rise up against thee, leave not thy place, for it pacifies great offenses. All right, and those offensive are what? You offended the Most High. Now he's gonna put you to death. All right, and that's what we're trying to tell everybody. We're trying to get y'all to understand these things. All right, that rising up against your own people that are in order and power is not the way to do it. There's a right way to do it. You know, there's a right way to do anything. All right, now we're gonna start with chapter 17. Go ahead, Bond.
Numbers chapter 17, verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, take of every one of them a rod, according to the house of their fathers, of all their princes, according to the house of their fathers, 12 rods. Write thou every man's name upon his rod, and thou shalt write Aaron's name upon the rod of Levi. For one rod shall be
for... Hold on real quick. Salakia, yo. All right, go ahead.
And verse 3. And thou shalt write Aaron's name upon the rod of Levi. For one rod shall be for the head of the house of their fathers. And thou shalt lay them up in the tabernacle of congregation before the testimony, where I will meet with thee. And it shall come to pass that the man's rod whom I shall choose shall blossom, and I will make to cease from me the murmurings of the children of Israel, whereby they murmur against you. And Moses spake unto the children of Israel, every one of their princes gave him a rod of a piece.
Where is it where I will meet? Let's see where that is. Let's go. Let's see what that is. Exodus 25 and 22. Where I will meet you. Exodus 25 and verse 22 reads, and there I will meet with you. It's like, and there I will meet with thee, and I will commune with thee from above the mercy seat, from between the two cherubims which are upon the ark of the testimony, of all things which I will give thee in the commandment unto the children of Israel. So they're going to go to the mercy seat. That's where he's going to meet them, right? So let's go back. All right, go ahead. Verse 4.
Verse 4. And thou shalt lay them up in the tabernacle of the congregation before the testimony, where I will meet with you.
Mm-hmm.
And it shall come to pass that the man's rod whom I shall choose shall blossom, and I will make to cease from me the murmurings of the children of Israel, whereby they murmur against you.
So what is he about to do? He's about to what?
Make them cease, kill him.
No. What is he about to do? What's he about to do?
He's about to show them that he's choosing them to lead.
Moses, he's choosing Moses and them and Aaron them to lead. He's about to show you what house and who is about to lead, and who's in charge. All right. Go ahead, read. Go ahead and read.
Who's that?
Go ahead and read.
Huh? Who's that?
You're at 4. I mean, you have 5. You just finished 5.
Verse
6.
So I'm at verse 6. Verse 6. And Moses spake unto the children of Israel, and every one of their princes gave him a rod of a piece, for each prince one, according to their father's houses, even 12 rods. And the rod of Aaron was among the rods. And Moses laid up the rods before the Lord in the tabernacle of witness. And it came to pass that on the morrow Moses went into the tabernacle of witness, and behold, the rod of Aaron for the house of Levi was budded, and brought forth buds, and bloomed blossoms, and yielded almonds. And Moses brought out of all the rods from before the Lord unto all the children of Israel. And they looked, and took every man his rod. And the Lord said unto Moses, Bring Aaron's rod again before the testimony to be kept for a testimony against the rebels. And thou shalt quiet take away their murmurings from me, that they die not. And Moses did so as the Lord commanded him, so did he. And the children of Israel spake unto Moses, saying, Behold, we die, we perish, we all perish. Whosoever cometh anything near unto the tabernacle of the Lord shall die. Shall we be consumed with dying?
So look what Moses said in verse 12. And the children of Israel spake unto Moses, saying, Behold, we die, we perish, we all perish. He said, we all one now. They all got that. We all one spirit now. They understand it. But yeah, whose rod budded?
Aaron.
And this is what he was just choosing, you know what I'm saying, who's going to be doing his job, you know what I'm saying. Let me see something. I got a precept I want to get. No, I don't need that. I don't need that. So you got the people that rise up that caught the plague. You know what I'm saying? Over 14,000 died. All right. Then you got some that live, by Aaron taking a censer in between the crowd, listening to Moses. You know what I mean? So the Most High will smell. What do you think the censer is for? Anybody understand what the censer is for? Why he took the censer into the crowd? It's an incense. It's an incense.
Also that here.
Yeah, he was praying for him. But we're gonna find out and see real quick. That way we're not presumptuous, and we'll find out. Let's read the next chapter, and we'll go into that, and then that'll show you. But to be honest with you, I don't know why he took the censer into the crowd of the people, but we're gonna find that out. Go ahead, chapter 18.
Numbers chapter 18, verse 1. And the Lord said unto Aaron, Thou and thy sons and thy father's house with thee shall bear the iniquity of the sanctuary, and thou and thy sons with thee shall bear the iniquity of their priesthood, and thy brethren also the tribe of Levi.
Read that again. Shall bear the iniquity of your priesthood.
Yeah.
Say, go back to Rome. Read that again and keep going.
Verse 1. And the Lord said unto Aaron, thou and thy sons and thy father's house with thee shall bear the iniquity of the sanctuary, and thou and thy sons with thee shall bear the iniquity of your priesthood, and thy brethren also the tribe of Levi, tribe of the father, bring thou with thee, that they may be joined unto thee, and minister unto thee. But thou and thy sons which these shall minister before the tabernacle of witness, and they shall keep thy charge, in the charge of the
go get your glasses. All right, let's go read.
verse of there.
Start at verse 2. And go read from there.
Numbers chapter 18, verse 2. And thy brethren also the tribe of Levi, tribe of thy father, bring thou with thee, that they may be joined unto thee and minister unto thee. But thou and thy sons with thee shall minister before the tabernacle of witness. And they shall keep thy charge, the charge of all the tabernacle. Only they shall not come nigh the vessels of the sanctuary and the altar, that neither they nor you also die. And they shall be joined unto thee, and keep the charge of the tabernacle of the congregation, for all the service of the tabernacle. And a stranger shall not come nigh unto you. And ye shall keep the charge of the sanctuary, and the charge of the altar, and there be no wrath any more. That there be no wrath any more upon the children of Israel. And I, behold, I have taken your brethren, the Levites, from among the children of Israel. To you they are given as a gift for the Lord, to do the service of the tabernacle of the congregation.
So basically, the Levites was just rising up over their heads, which were the Aaronites. They wanted to do the job of the Aaronites. They didn't want to do their job. Their job was just like, they got the good jobs. We don't. Yeah, let's take their jobs, y'all. The Lord is with all of us. All right, the Lord is. The more I say that, the more that sounds like Israel. The more I read this, the more this sounds like Israel. Man. Like it really, really, really does. It sounds like Israel, like fully. Read.
Verse 6. And I, behold, I have taken your brethren the Levites from among the children of Israel. To you they are given as a gift for the Lord, to do the service of the tabernacle of the congregation. Therefore thou and thy sons with thee shall keep your priests of Vice?
What?
What is that word? 5 feet.
Which verse? What verse?
Trying to
Where you just lost your place? I read. This is verse 7. Thou and thy sons with thee. Thou and thy sons with thee shall keep your priest's office for everything of the altar and within the veil, and ye shall serve. I have given your priest's office unto you as a service of gift. And the stranger that cometh nigh shall be put to death. And the Lord spake unto Aaron, Behold, I also have given thee the charge of my heave offering, of all the hollow things of the children of Israel. Unto thee have I given them by reason of the anointing, and to thy sons by an ordinance forever. All right. So Aaron and his son, they have the charge of the heap offering and all the hollow things of the children of Israel that they bring to him. And I'm saying, and I given them by reason of the anointing to anoint everybody, and to thy sons by an ordinance forever. So it's a law that they do all these things in verse 8, the Aaronites and his sons. Verse 9, this shall be thine of the most high, of the most holy things, reserved for the fire, for every oblation of theirs, every meat offering of theirs, and every sin offering of theirs, and every trespass offering of theirs, which they shall render unto me, shall be most holy for thee and for thy sons. In the most holy place shalt thou eat it. Every male shall eat it. It shall be holy unto thee. And this is thine, the heave offering of their gift, with all the wave offering of the children of Israel. I have given them unto thee, and to thy sons and to thy daughters with thee, by statute forever. Everyone that is clean in thy house shall eat of it. So what is this talking about in verse 11? This is what it's talking about. And this is thine, the heave offering of their gift, with all the wave offering of the children of Israel. I have given them unto thee, and to thy sons, and to thy daughters with thee, by statute forever. So all the heave offering and stuff that they get to eat it, and their families with them. You know what I mean? And the wave offerings, they get to eat. Family, they get everybody that's clean. So if you're not clean, you can't eat the food. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a very holy thing to do. Verse 12. All the best of the oil, and all the best of the wine, and all the wheat, the first fruits of them, which they shall offer unto the Lord, them have I given thee. And whatsoever is first ripe in the land, which they shall bring unto the Lord, shall be thine. Every one that is clean in thy house shall eat of it. So, you got the feast of the first fruits. We take all the first fruits. Everybody take all the first fruits. Aaron and their sons are going to eat all that. All the Aaronites. They're going to eat the first fruits of everything because they're separated unto the Most High. So it's not like the Most High is going to come down and eat it. Some offerings going to take for the smell and everything, but it's for them because of the service. They're getting paid for their service. So that's whenever time you liquidated the cattle and everything you took, you know what I'm saying? Like if you went from San Diego to LA, you liquidated because you're walking, you don't want to carry all that stuff. The money will go to the Levites and they put all the money in the storehouse and save it. So if everybody needed some money, they got you. Boom. Hey man, I need a loan. They like the bank. You know what I'm saying? The Levites is like the bank. You know what I'm saying? You go, hey, I need a loan for this and this. All right, cool. Got you. Boom. Hey, they don't charge you no interest. And that's the thing about brothers. They want to charge each other interest. You know what I'm saying? And hey, I'm gonna give you 40, but you're gonna have to give me 80 back. Nah, not when we borrow. We didn't do that. Can you find that precept for me? By usury. You know what I'm saying? Don't loan to thy brother for usury. Baba Kusha. We didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? We didn't loan they didn't loan to brothers for usury, and that's kind of hard these days because when I say it's kind of hard, it's like everybody's trying to come up and make some money. You know what I mean? So not charging your brother extra. You know what I'm saying? Like if you got a business, and or say if you got a bank and your brother came to get a loan, you want to make some money off of something. I'm gonna charge you 13%. Nah, you can't do that to your brother. It's like, all right, cool, I'm gonna loan you 30,000, and you pay me 30,000 back. See, everybody's trying to make some money, so they charging their brother this, and that. Some brothers will charge their people more than saying that they'll charge away, but at the same time, that's not what we're supposed to be doing. When you find that, let loose.
Deuteronomy chapter 23 and verse 19.
Uh-huh.
Thou shalt not lend upon usury to thy brother, usury of money, usury of victuals, usury of anything that is lent to usury upon usury.
I think it's some more where it's like specifically saying, you know, loaning your brother some money, and and not having something on top of that.
Matthew chapter 5 verse 42. Give to him that asketh thee, and from him that would borrow of thee, turn not thou away.
You should have read that first. It's all right. Just get it together.
That was it.
So all the best of the oil and all the best of the wine and all the wheat and the first fruits of them which they shall offer unto the Lord, them I have given thee. Talking to the Aaronites. You got it?
Deuteronomy chapter 23 verse 19. Thou shalt not lend upon usury to thy brother, usury of money, usury of victuals, usury of anything that is a lent unto usury. Unto a stranger thou mayest lend upon usury, but unto thy brother thou shalt not lend upon usury, that the Lord thy God may bless thee in all that thou settest thine hand to.
That's right.
In the land whether thou goest to possess it.
There we go. So usually is adding that extra percentage to it. 13% to your brother. You can do that to your enemy, the strangers, but you can't do that to your own people. You can't lend upon usury. Girl, if I bake you 2 pies, tomorrow you gotta bake me 4. You know what I'm saying? Nah, you don't do that. All right, verse 13. And whatsoever is first ripe in the land, which they shall bring unto the Lord, shall be thine. Every one that is clean in thine house shall eat of it. Everything devoted in Israel shall be thine. Everything that opened the matrix and all flesh, which they bring unto the Lord, whether it be of men or beasts, shall be thine. Nevertheless, the firstborn of men shalt thou surely redeem, and the firstling of unclean beasts shalt thou redeem. There's too much going on in Israel. Verse 16. Give me a sec. Verse 16. And those that are to be redeemed from a month old shalt thou redeem, according to thy estimation, for the money of 5 shekels after the shekel of the sanctuary, which is 20 gerahs. But the firstling of a cow, or the firstling of a sheep, or the firstling of a goat, thou shalt not redeem. They are holy. Thou shalt sprinkle their blood upon the altar, and shalt burn their fat for an offering made by fire, for a sweet savor unto the Lord. All right, but the firstling of a cow, and the firstling of a sheep, and the firstling of a goat, thou shalt not redeem. They are holy unto the Lord. All right, and the flesh of them shall be thine, and the wave breasts, and as the right shoulder are thine. 19. All the heave offering of the holy things which the children of Israel shall offer unto the Lord I have given thee, and thy sons and thy daughters with thee, by statute forever. It is a covenant of salt forever before the Lord unto thee and to thy seed with thee. And the Lord spake unto Aaron, Thou shalt have no inheritance in their land, neither shalt thou have any part among them. I am thy part, and thy inheritance amongst the children of Israel. So the Most High is telling the Levites He is their part of the inheritance. You know what I mean? They don't get no land, and they get houses, suburbs, and a part, the good parts. Saying that the Most High would live in, that you would want the Most High to live in, they're going to live in. Verse 21. And behold, I have given the children of Levi, all the tenth in Israel for an inheritance, for their service which they serve, even the service of the tabernacle of the congregation. Oh, that's the tithes, the tenth. Neither must the children of Israel henceforth come nigh to the tabernacle of the congregation, lest they bear sin and die. So the children of Israel can't come towards the tabernacle and to do the wave offerings or anything else. The children of Israel don't have that job, but they have the job on their land, running their stores, and you know what I'm saying, and their cows, and they, you know what I'm saying, their vineyards and stuff is different from the tabernacle. They don't. Children of Israel don't get to do all that. They can get to be kings and stuff and princes, and the priests come through. Make sure that the king is judging correctly according to the Most High. We'll start back at verse 20. And the Lord spake unto Aaron, Thou shalt have no inheritance in their land, neither shalt thou have any part among them. I am thy part and thine inheritance among the children of Israel. And behold, I have given the children of Levi all the tenth in Israel for an inheritance, for their service which they serve, even the service of the tabernacle of the congregation. Neither must the children of Israel henceforth come nigh to the tabernacle of the congregation, lest they bear sin and die. But the Levites shall do the service of the tabernacle of the congregation, and they shall bear their iniquity, and it shall be a statute forever throughout your generations, that among the children of Israel they have no inheritance. But the tithes of the children of Israel, which they offer as an heave offering unto the Lord, I have given to the Levites to inherit. Therefore I have said unto them, among the children of Israel they shall have no inheritance. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the Levites and say unto them. Now he's talking about the Levites. He didn't say Aaron and he didn't say Moses. Now he's talking to the Levites. Thus speak unto the Levites and say unto them, When ye take of the children of Israel the tithes, which I have given you from them, from your inheritance, then ye shall offer up an heave offering of it for the Lord, even a tenth part of the tithe. And this your heave offering shall be reckoned unto you, as though it were the corn of the thresh flooring, and as the fullness of the winepress. Thresh flooring. I gotta look that up, because I see this a lot. And this is your heave offering shall be reckoned unto you, as though it were the corn of the thresh flooring, and as the fullness of the winepress. I gotta look this up. Numbers. Verse 18-27. Okay, a barn. Thresh flooring. Barn floor, corn floor, void place. The Strong's definition is from an unused middle smooth. A threshing floor, as made even by analogy, an open area. Barn, corn threshing, floor threshing, void. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Now I know what that is. Verse 27. This is your heave offering shall. And this is your heave offering shall be reckoned unto you, as though it were the corn of a thresh floor, right? And as the fullness of the winepress. Thus ye also shall offer an heave offering unto the Lord of all your tithes, which ye have received of the children of Israel, and ye shall give thereof the Lord's heave offering to Aaron the priest. Out of all your gifts, Ye shall offer every heave offering of the Lord, of all the best thereof, even the hollow part thereof out of it. Therefore thou shalt say unto them, when ye have heaved the best thereof from it, then it shall be counted unto the Levites as the increase of the threshing floor, and as the increase of the winepress. And ye shall eat it every place, and ye shall eat it in every place, ye and your household, for it is your reward for your service in the tabernacle of the congregation. And ye shall bear no sin by reason of it, when ye have heaved from it the best of it. Neither shall ye pollute the holy things of the children of Israel, lest ye die. Okay, there was a lot said in this. All right. In verse 18, he was saying to the Levites that the most holy things were reserved from the fire, to the Levites. So, their family get to eat it and everything else, but a certain part of the tabernacle. I mean, a certain part of the service and things that they get and what they get and why they get it. But everything is for their service and the things that they do for the Most High. Still, they will take no inheritance, even in the kingdom. The Levites will still take no inheritance. They are still separate unto the Most High to do the Most High's work, to go into all the land and to correct everybody, put people to death. You know what I'm saying? They do the work for the Most High, and all Israel just be kings and princesses and stuff and live fabulous and and gold and and look at the heathens and spit on them and do all the things they're happy about it. All right. Kal Asherah, the Bar Yahweh, Nai Shabbat Shemai. All that Yahweh said, what we're doing here. Okay. So now we're going to move into what?
Samuel.
1 Samuel chapter 11, verse 14. Chapter 12 to 22. All right. Real quick.
Said 11, 14 to 12 and 26.
Uh-huh.
So 26 verses.
Said 22. Go ahead and read.
First Samuel chapter 11, verse 14. Then said Samuel to the people, come and let us go to Gilgal and renew the kingdom here. And all the people went to Gilgal, and there they made Saul king before the Lord in Gilgal. And there they sacrificed sacrifices of peace offerings for the Lord. And there Saul and all the men of Israel rejoiced greatly.
What tribe is Saul from? Your pop. What tribe is he from? Huh? I say part of the covenant, but not from the tribe. Like officer, priest, king, and kingdom. What do you think, Yashia? Dawasharat? Dawasharat, what do you think? You don't know? Did you find out? Tribe of Benjamin. All right. That's what's up. All right, go ahead, Zanakar, yeah.
First Samuel chapter 12, verse 1. Samuel said unto all Israel, behold, I have hearkened unto your voice, and all that ye said unto me, and I have made a king over you. And now behold, the king walketh before you, and I am old and gray headed, and behold, my sons are with you. and I have walked before you from my childhood unto this day. Behold, here am I, witness against me before the Lord, and before his anointed. Whose ox have I taken, or whose ass have I taken, or whom have I defrauded? Whom have I oppressed? For of whose hand they have received any bribe to bribe mine eyes therewith, and I restore it with you.
So Samuel was saying, hey man, I ain't took no gift from nobody to destroy my heart. You know what I'm saying? To rest judgment on anybody. I ain't did none of that. If anybody got a problem with me, say it now. You know what I mean? If I oppressed you or did anything to you, say it now. But he's about to hand, he's about to hand his kingship over. He's handed over to Saul. You know what I'm saying? That's what the Most High told him to do. Because he's gray-headed. He's getting old now. He's about to pass real soon. So he's like, hey, if I done anything to offend anybody, let me know right now. You know, he want, man's trying to be counted blessed. All right, read.
Verse 4. And they said, Thou hast not defrauded us, nor oppressed us, neither hast thou taken aught of any man's hand. And he said unto them, The Lord is witness against you, and his anointed is witness this day, that ye have not found aught in my hand. And they answered, He is witness. And Samuel said unto the people, It is the Lord that advanced Moses and Aaron, and that brought your fathers up out of the land of Egypt. Now therefore stand still, that I may reason with you before the Lord, for all the righteous acts of the Lord which he did to you and your fathers. And Jacob was coming to Egypt, and your fathers cried unto the Lord. And the Lord said, Moses and Aaron, which brought forth your fathers out of Egypt, and made them dwell in this place. And when they forgat the Lord their God, he sold them into the hand of Sisera, captain of the host of Hazor, and into the hand of the Philistines, and into the hand of the king of Moab, and they fought against him. And they cried unto the Lord and said, We have sinned, because we have forsaken the Lord, and have served Baal and Ashtaroth, Balaam and Ashtaroth. But now deliver us out
What's
of
Ashtaroth? You remember what Ashtaroth was? I'll have it marked over there.
Ashtaroth was the woman god, right? Right?
Oh, let me get it. Okay. Ashtaroth is Easter. So it was the fertility god, right? Mm-hmm. That's what Ashtaroth. That's what they was doing. All right. I don't think they had the eggs back then, but they was worshiping that god. All right. Read.
Verse 11. And the Lord sent Jerubbaal and bade him.
Shephatha.
Verse 11. And the Lord sent Jerubbaal and bade him, and Jephthah and Samuel, and delivered you out of the hand of your enemies on every side. Ye dwelt safe. And when he saw that Naash, the king of the children of Ammon, came against you, he said unto me, Nay, but a king shall reign over us, when the Lord your God was your king.
Okay, can you say it again? Can you read that one again?
What verse is that?
It was 12.
So when he saw that Naash, the king of the children of Ammon, came against you, he said unto me, Nay, but a king shall reign over us, when the Lord your God was your king.
When the Lord your God was your king.
Now therefore, behold, the king when Now therefore, behold, the king whom ye have chosen, and whom ye have desired, and behold, the Lord hath set a king over you. If you will fear the Lord and serve him and obey his voice, and not rebel against the commandment of the Lord, then shall both ye and also the king that reigneth over you continue following the Lord your God. But if ye will not obey the voice of the Lord, but rebel against the commandment of the Lord, then shall the hand of the Lord be against you, and it was against your fathers. Now therefore stand and see this great thing, which the Lord will do
So
before your
Samuel is
eyes.
just reminding them. Samuel just reminded them what happened to their fathers, and that's what we that's what we do when we go out to the highways. We remind everybody what happened to our fathers. Hey man, this happened to our fathers, bro. Like they did the same thing we doing now. Don't y'all want to kind of stop doing what you're doing? Y'all don't want to know why these things is happening to us. Like you don't care? Do you care? Like we putting the king over us, like he's about to put Yahweh Shai over us, and we're going around telling people, hey, you don't want to get it together? That way we can reign in the land forever and ever. Y'all want to die? You know, that's what he's saying. He's reminding them like we remind everybody else. Read.
Verse 17, it is not wheat harvest today. I will call unto the Lord, and he shall send thunder and rain, that you may perceive and see that your wickedness is great, which ye have done in all the sight of the Lord, in asking you a king. So Samuel called unto the Lord, and the Lord sent thunder and rain that day, and all the people greatly feared the Lord and Samuel. And all the people said unto Samuel, pray for thy servants and to the Lord thy God, that we die not, for this we have added unto all of
That
our
must have been
sins.
some horrible thundering to scare Israel straight. That was some horrible thundering and rain. They must thought it was about to flood out there. That's what they thought. It was some insane sounds. That's what that was. Read.
This evil to ask us a king. And Samuel said unto the people, fear not, ye have done all this wickedness, yet turn not aside from following the Lord, but serve the Lord with all your heart. And turn ye not aside, for them should ye go after vain things, which cannot profit nor deliver, for they are vain. For the Lord will not forsake his people, for his great name's sake, because it hath pleased the Lord to make you his people.
So, verse 21, and turn ye not aside for then should ye go after vain things, which cannot profit nor deliver, for they are vain. What do you think those vain things are? Go not after vain things, which cannot profit nor deliver. It can be religion, it could be NFL, MLB, and don't profit. The reason why the NFL and the NBA don't profit us is because it don't benefit all of us as a collective. Don't deliver us. It's about us. It's not about me. At the end of the day, the money you make got a bunch of white people on. Don't benefit you because the Lord can save you. I got a question. What do you think they? I mean, give me that precept for vain help. Why are people constantly asking for reparations? What are they saying? What are they saying by asking for reparations?
They want to be treated, they want to be just like
Like right now, Samuel said, "You chose a king. You wanted a king when the Most High was your king. The Most High was killing people off. The Most High was knocking nations down, knocking them down, knocking them down, knocking. And our people still wanted a king just like theirs, somebody they can see. Like if you can't see my God, I'm glad He's killing you. You know what I'm saying? You are very scared of us. I don't care if he's sitting up there or not. I know he's real. The man is making heaps of water come up, killing everybody. Everybody's that damn scared to come against us. I mean, if he wanted to come down here and say, cool, that's cool. I ain't tripping. But at the same time, it's just like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, how are killing these fools? And, and and that's what's happening right now. So that's why I asked, what do you think people are doing? Because I mean, you think our people are doing it? I mean, what are they doing when they act? Not what they keep doing, but what are they doing when they ask for reparations? It's because they feel money can save them. Our people feel money can save them. You really think a career can save you? No, it'll make you, I mean, it'll get you content. The land is not yours. The house is yours. They'll just move the house and throw the house into the street. You don't have any land. But career won't save you. Money won't save you. Money ain't gonna save no damn body. They're trying to get rid of the damn dollar. So they can just put the amount they want in your bank account, beep, right there with a button. That's why, you go to restaurants, you know what I'm saying? I saw even on the video they were hanging out. It was like a long stick the Chinese lady had to get the money back from me. Get the money from me. And then put the money back, took the money out of the bucket, which is stupid as hell. You took the money out of the bucket and put it in the cash register, picked other money up, put it in the bucket. How stupid is that? Read that. Because you're still touching the money. Read.
Lamentations chapter 4, verse 17.
Read.
As for us, our eyes have yet failed for our vain help.
For what?
For our vain help.
Because he said, and turn not aside, for they should ye go after vain things, which cannot profit nor deliver, for they are vain. Read. Our vain help. It's their dollars, their money. It's vain help.
In our watching, we have watched for a nation that cannot save us.
Okay. They want the nation that they are begging to treat them equally, to get reparations from the people that don't treat them equally, to think that the money that they made and created is going to save them. That is insane. To think that it's ever going to happen. Now they're talking about a second stimulus. The talk is really about a second stimulus. There's over 46 million people out of jobs, out of work. They said it can come back. They said it can come by next month. Oh well. Huh? Congress isn't talking about it. Hey, I don't know who talking about it, but at the same time,
saying that because it's the election. So after with the presidential election, there's other that lose seats. So those are the people that's like really talking about it. There's no bill in Congress. So,
right? Man, oh man. Shit's crazy. All right, call Asherah, Debar Yahweh, and Nayashai. When Debar Yahweh, call Asherah, Debar Yahweh, and Nayashai when Ashema. All that Yahweh said, what we doing here. All right, let's go to the gospel, man. But this right here is a trip, man. This is right here, verse 17. Is it not wheat harvest today? I will call unto the Lord, and he shall send thunder and rain, that ye may perceive and see that your wickedness is great, which ye have done in the sight of the Lord. Hold on. And asking for a king. You see, I think. Okay, yeah. So Samuel called unto the Lord, and the Lord sent thunder and rain that day. And all the people greatly feared the Lord, and Samuel must have been some great thunder and rain. That was heavy. Because Israel is rebellious and stiff-necked. And all the people said unto Samuel, pray for thy servants unto the Lord thy God, that we die not, for we have added unto all our sins this evil to ask us a king. That was evil. They knew that was evil to ask for a king. We want a king. Like, damn, the Most High was your king, right? Let me see. Where was that at? All right, cool. Let me see. He says, yeah, the next one, 12 and 12. Let me go there. I got to go there. It wasn't 12. Yeah. And when you saw that Naash, the king of the children of Ammon, came against you, he said unto me, nay, but a king shall reign over us, when the Lord your God was your king. So, all right, go to the gospel. We're gonna go to the gospel. We done with the prophets. John 19. verse 1 to 17. Go ahead.
John chapter 19, verse 1. Then Pilate therefore took Jesus and scourged him, and the soldiers plaited a crown of thorns and put it on his head, and they put on him a purple robe, and said, Hail, King of the Jews! And they smote him with their hands. Pilate therefore went forth again and saith unto them, Behold, I bring him forth to you, that ye may know that I find no fault in him. Then came Jesus forth, wearing the crown of thorns and the purple robe. And Pilate saith unto him, Behold, the man. And the chief priests therefore and officers saw him and cried out, saying, Crucify him, crucify him. Pilate saith unto them, Take ye him and crucify him, for I find no fault in him. The Jews answered him, We have a law, and by our law he ought to die, because he made himself the Son of God. But Pilate therefore heard that saying, he was more afraid, and went again into the judgment hall, and saith unto the Jews, Whence art thou? But Jesus gave him no answer. And then said Pilate unto him, Speakest thou not unto me? Knowest thou not that I have power to crucify thee, and have power to release thee? And Jesus answered, Thou couldst have no power at all against me, except it were given thee from above. Therefore, he that delivered me unto thee had the greater sin. And from thenceforth Pilate sought to release him. But the Jews cried out, saying, If thou let this man go, thou art not Caesar's friend. Whosoever maketh himself a king speaketh against Caesar. When Pilate therefore heard that saying, he brought Jesus forth and sat down at the judgment seat in the place that is called the pavement, but in the Hebrew, Gabbatha. And it was the preparation of the Passover, about the 6th hour. And he said unto the Jews, Behold your king. But they cried out away with him, and with him.
What was he trying to do? He was trying to really talk to people and like, hey, you're king. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and up here he was like, is it? Where is it? See, Pilate is talking to him. Verse 10. Then said Pilate unto him, Speakest thou not unto me? Knowest thou that I have the power to crucify thee, and I have the power to release thee? Jesus answered, Thou couldst have no power at all against me, except it were given thee from above. Therefore he that delivered me unto thee hath the greater sin. Who delivered him?
Not Judas.
Exactly. And hence and from henceforth, uh, what's that greater sin? What happened? Go to Acts 1 and 18 real quick. And from henceforth Pilate sought to release him. But the Jews cried out, saying, If thou lettest this man go, thou art not Caesar's friend. Whosoever maketh himself a king speaketh against Caesar. The whole time he's trying to release Christ. He's trying to get this man up out of there. He's trying to get him out of there. But the people, that's how our people are. Like now, they'll crucify, they'll kill us right now. They will kill you. We was over there on the four corners. They ready to kill us. They tired of us. Don't even listen. For what? Telling the truth? I mean, They're not even tired of the church. They tired of the prophets. That's what they tired of. Because they feel we are causing all this commotion around here. It's the Most High doing it. We just telling you what He's going to do, and everything we keep telling y'all what He's going to do is coming to pass. All we're doing is warning you. But we're the most hated throughout the church, people household, even in our own cities, we're hated. All we did was tell the truth. All we did was stood on the corner, tell y'all the truth. Hey, brother, if you don't change, you're gonna get put to death. That's it. You know, it's just what it is. Read that real quick.
Acts chapter 1, verse 18.
Uh-huh.
Now this man purchased a field with the reward of iniquity, and falling headlong, he burst asunder in the midst of all his bowels gushed out.
He had the greatest sin. That was Judas Iscariot. What he said right here in John chapter 19, verse 11, thou couldst have no power at all against me, except it were given thee from above. Therefore, he that delivered me unto thee hath the greatest sin, which is Judas Iscariot, and that was him. His guts blew out from under his, came out his butthole. He exploded and died. So, start at verse 12 and read down.
12. And from therefore Pilate sought to release him, but the Jews cried out, saying, If thou let him go, let that man go, thou art not Caesar's friend. Whosoever maketh himself a king speaketh against Caesar. When Pilate therefore heard the saying, he brought Jesus forward and sat down at the judgment seat in a place that is called the pavement, but in the Hebrew Gabata. And at Gabata. And it was preparation of the Passover, and about the 6th hour. And he saith unto the Jews, Behold your king. But they cried out, Away with him, crucify him. Pilate saith unto them, Shall I crucify your king? The chief priest answered, We have no king but Caesar. Then delivered him.
That nigga was super cool.
Then delivered he him therefore unto them to be crucified. And they took Jesus and led him away. And he, bearing his cross, went forth into a place called the place of a skull, which he called in the Hebrew Golgotha. That's not Hebrew.
Golgotha.
That's not Hebrew.
And, so remember Christ said, they hated me before they hated you, but they hate you for my name's sake. But they cried out, away with him, crucify him. Pilate saith unto them, Shall I crucify your king? The chief priests answered, We have no king but Caesar. But this right here, away with him, that's going to happen here in these last days. No lie. They're going to, Lord willing that, my household is straight. I pray that you other brothers get your household straight, that, don't nothing run up in there, because wrath will visit that house. The house that's not in order, his wrath is going to visit that house. It's going to visit. You know what I'm saying? So, that's the end of that, the gospel. All right, with that, we're going to get over with that. We're going to get with these prayers and get this Sabbath service over with. And I pray you guys have a good Sabbath service. And if you have any questions, Baba Kushal, please ask them. See. All right. All right. Amadi Ampani Rushlam. All right, this is Ali Nawa. All right, it's our duty to praise the master of all. Again, it is our duty to praise the master of all, to ascribe greatness to the author of creation, who has not made us like the nations of the lands, nor placed us like the families of the earth.
who has not made our portion like theirs, nor our destiny like all their multitudes. For they worship vanity and impudence and pray to a God who cannot save. But we bow in worship. But we bow and worship and thank the Supreme King of Kings, the Holy One. Blessed be he who extends the heavens and establishes the earth, whose throne of glory is in the heavens above, and whose power's presence is in the highest of heights. He is our God, and there is no other. Truly, he is our King. There is none else. As it is written in the Torah, you shall know and take to heart this day that Yahweh is Elohim in the heavens above and on the earth below. There is no other. Hallelujah.
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 Yeah.
Ba'ashem.
Ba'ashem.
Yahushua.
Shai.
Hamashiach.
Shai.
One. Shema. Yasharala. Yahweh. Elohim. Yahweh. Yahweh. Echad. Shema. Yasharala. Yahweh. Elohim. Yahweh. Yahweh. Echad. Shema Yasharala Yahweh Elohim Yahweh Yahweh Echad. Shema Yasharala Yahweh Elohim Yahweh Yahweh Echad.
Praise the Lord. That's the Lord. There you go. 10 commandments, love and love thy neighbor and love Yahweh. Anya, Yahweh, Allahayka, Asherah, Hawatazah, Atika, Baratazah, Baratazayah, Babatiyah, La'ah, Lahaya, Lakah, Allahayah, Karin, Apanya, La'ah, La'asha, Lakah, Lasoh, La'ah, La'adudam, La'ah, Lakorka, Hashem, Yahweh, Bashawah, Zakar, Ayawum, Ashabat, Rakadash, Gabat, Abku, Wa, La'ah, Ratazah, La'ah, Dena'ah, La'ah, Daganah, La'ah, Dena'ah, Shakur, La'ah, Dakamad, Kol, Asherah, Lara'ik. Very good commandments. Heroes are Yahweh, and Yahweh is one. And I shall love Yahweh. That God will fill our heart with our soul and might. Send great commandments for Aika la Atu Kama la Atu Tar Afanya Anta wa Abdul la Aika Kama Yahweh. I shall not avenge nor bring grudge against the children of people that shall love the neighbor myself. I am Yahweh.
This is Zarka 1. Hashem. Now, to Matthew chapter 26, verse 6 to 13, and Mark chapter 14, verse 3 to 9. Now, when Yahushua was in Bethany in the house of Simon the leper, there came unto him a woman having an alabaster box of very precious ointment, and poured it on his head, as he sat at meat. But when his disciples saw it, they had indignation, saying, to what purpose is this waste? For this ointment might have been sold for 300 pence, 1 year's wages, and given to the poor. When Yahushua understood it, he said unto them, why trouble ye the woman? For she hath wrought a good work upon me. For ye have the poor always with you, but me ye have not always. For in that she hath poured this ointment on my body, she did it for my burial. Verily I say unto you, wheresoever the gospel shall be preached in the whole world, there shall also this, that this woman hath done, be told for a memorial of her. Hallelujah.
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 Ba'ashem. Yahushua. Hamashiach.
Thank you all for hanging on here to Shabbat services, learning the law, reading the law with us, because everybody going to be judged by the law. All right. So if I was y'all, I sit here and find out what you're doing wrong with this law and pay attention to it. All right. And with that, I give all praises, honor, and glory to the Most High God Yahweh. And we do so that there was only begotten Son of Mashiach Yahweh Shai. Shalom.